Okay, folks, I'm back. It is Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history for dark skin. Nobody would be talking about dark skin. Nobody would be talking about colorism if it wasn't for Rashida Strober. I am the person that single-handedly introduced, hold on, the entire colorism dark skin discussion. Hold on, let me share my screen here. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I knew it was something else I wanted to do. Let me share the screen. Nobody would be talking about dark skin if it was not for Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. I introduced dark skin and colorism to the masses after creating the first platform in history for dark skin in 1998. And I brought it to the masses starting in 2009. It got popping in 2014, and then it proceeded to get even more popular through a viral post that I had about Kendrick Lamar and his light-skinned girlfriend. And then that's when everybody got introduced to the whole dark-skinned colorism conversation. They said I was crazy. They said I was a fool. And then they turned around and did nothing but copy me. So anybody you hear talking about colorism and dark skin is baby Rashidas. And that's why I make this video, because I'm doing this in the context of how dare people tell me what I am not qualified to do. When I think about all the hard work that I put into developing a platform that nobody even cared about, but you will sit and tell me what I'm not qualified to do. So let's go to the post that triggered this live. And I decided to come back on here because I realized that I needed to give some people a chance who may not have realized that I was on live, and come on and engage. All right, so this is the post that triggered this. I was having a discussion, debate, whatever you want to call it, on Facebook as an educator about the behavior of some of our Black students in the public school systems. And I said, this is the post, the picture. I'd rather teach dark-skinned African students. Now, let me be clear at the outset. That does not mean that I'm saying that I won't teach students of all skin tones, because I actually have. And I have proven track records of academic excellence with those students. Let's be clear. Let's be real clear here. But I was making a point to say we need to clean up the behavior. We need to teach our kids the basics. Come to school, be respectful, do what you're supposed to do. Come in, sit down, listen, be ready to learn. That's how I grew up. And I was a student in the 90s. And I'll tell you, while I had darkism problems with the students for calling me black and ugly and all out my name, you can bet your life that I was always respectful to my elders, because that's what I was taught growing up. And that is what we need to be doing. So this person comes onto my comment section and says, dark-skinned African students are intelligent. Number one, you are implying, you throwing shade at me. You're throwing shade. You can't say you're not. That's how I interpret it. You're basically telling me that I, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, I'm not intelligent enough, even though I have academic credentials, because I have a multiple set of credentials here. Let's be clear. I have the academic credentials. I have the credential of creating the very first platform in the world to end darkism, to end dark skin discrimination, to end colorism. I created that. But you would have the audacity. I don't think a person that's stupid can come up with the first platform in history to end systemic dark skin discrimination. You can't be too stupid to do that. So that shows me your stupidity and that you haven't done your research, because you're coming onto my post making ignorant. Who's the stupid one here? Who's really the stupid one? Making ignorant blanket statements, throwing shade at me and thinking I'm not going to catch it. You're calling me not intelligent. That's what you're saying. When you say dark-skinned African students are intelligent, what you're leaving out, Rashida Strober, you're not intelligent enough to teach dark-skinned African students. And then you go on to say they don't need to be taught by someone who is confused about and hates themselves and race. First of all, I'm not confused about myself as a Black woman. In fact, I'm informing you. That's why you following me. And I could go to the messenger. If I really wanted to do that, I could go to the messenger and show the people the message where you actually, this person, you contacted me, telling me how much you love my dark skin movement. Who's confused? This person contacted me and said he loves the dark skin activist movement. Basically, that's what he was saying. But now you're coming on my post, sitting up here telling me that I'm confused. Hold on. Let's be clear. Because I come with receipts. Look at this. You said, thanks for accepting my friend request, Rashida. I admire your drive towards success and I will be following you. Okay. But then you hop up on my post. Hold on, let me go back. You hop up on my post, talk about they don't need to be taught by someone who is confused about and hate themselves and race. So why would you follow a person that hates their race and is confused? You're the confused person. I'm confused now. Now, yeah, I am confused because one minute you come up on to my messenger messaging me, telling me how much you admire my movement and how much you're following me. But now you turn around and say, I'm not intelligent enough to teach dark skin students, although you know the movement is about dark skin. And then you turn around and say, I'm confused, although you know what I talk about. I talk about dark skin discrimination and how to alleviate it. That has nothing to do with self-hatred. That's, in fact, self-love. Who's the confused party? You're the confused party. You're not going to flip this on me because I don't play that. I deal with concrete facts. Now, let's look at this question of, is Rashida too stupid to teach dark-skinned African students? Well, I don't think a person that has a master's degree in political science who actually wrote her dissertation, her thesis on the dark-skinned people of Sierra Leone, I think you got to have a little bit of intelligence to be able to pull that one off. Now, let's look at these academic credentials. And by the way, folks, this is the Scholars Commons at the University of South Florida, where they publish the thesis and dissertations of graduate students. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the chat box. Anybody can go here and anybody can read my thesis dissertation. I'm sorry, I keep calling it. Maybe I will go on and get a PhD. Maybe I'll do that. The dissertation is for the people that earn PhDs, and the thesis is for the people that earn master's degrees. Okay, but here it is. The impact of structural adjustment on health, education, and employment, a case study on Sierra Leone. Again, the dark-skinned people of Sierra, they're dark-skinned, majority are dark-skinned. Graduation year, 2005. Document type thesis. Degree, MA. Degree name, Master of Arts. Department, Political Science. Degree granting department, Political Science. And you have to have a thesis committee. If you cannot defend, this is what they call it defending your thesis. I'm going to show my picture here as I talk. If you cannot successfully defend your thesis, which is basically the arguments that you wrote about in your thesis, where whatever topic that you chose, you have to prove your case. You have to go before a thesis committee, and my thesis committee was made up of all PhDs. Let's go back. Dr. Earl Conte Morgan, who's from Sierra Leone, shout out to you. Dr. Mark Uman, PhD, a white professor, but nonetheless, he was very nice to me. I had no issue with him. And Dr. Ambe and Joe, brilliant men, all of them. Okay, from Cameroon. I could not get my master's degree without defending my thesis. They're not just going to let you walk through it. They're going to grill you. I'm giving you some education right now, some education, but I'm too stupid. I'm not intelligent enough. Here it is. You have to defend your thesis before your committee. They grill you. They ask you all kinds of questions. They literally dissect you. Okay? Imagine that. Think about that. 3 PhDs after you done worked so hard to write this thesis. And anybody that has ever, shout out to everybody that's watching, anybody that has ever obtained a master's degree or a PhD, you know, if you had to, in general, you have to do a dissertation or a thesis and you have to defend it. You know that you got to come with it. You know you got to be up on your intellectual game. They throw questions all out the wind that you may not have even anticipated. But if you know your subject area so thoroughly and you studied and you prepared, nobody can trip you up. You become the master. So for you to sit here and say that I am not intelligent enough to teach dark-skinned students in light of all of my, we're just dealing with the academic accomplishments. Now we can argue that dark-skinned activism is an academic accomplishment in and of itself, but I'm looking at that through the eyes of more so of actually caring and having a love for dark-skinned Black people. But this right here is the solid academic credentials that nobody could take away from me. So while you're sitting up here talking about I'm too stupid to teach dark-skinned African students, I would like for you to pose that to the Black man in Los Angeles, California. The Black PhD in Los Angeles, California, who, when he got wind of my work, he decided to invite me out to Liberia to help to create a teacher's program in Liberia. And he invited me to apply for the job as a professor at one of the universities in Liberia. And I ended up applying for the job and I ended up getting the job. And, you know, I just would like for you to pose the notion that Rashida Strober is too stupid to teach dark-skinned African children to this particular professor, this African-American professor that founded this teachers college program at a university in Liberia, where I was actually hired. So apparently they didn't think I was stupid. They didn't think I was stupid. The only reason why I didn't end up taking a job is because there were some stipulations that I did not like in terms. Hold on one second. Let me pull that out. I don't know why this is making that noise. Messing up my stream. Take that out. I didn't take the job because of some of the contractual stipulations that we could not agree on. But the bottom line is I was hired. And I don't think they hire stupid people to come over there and teach their dark-skinned African kids. I know that does not happen. So what you're saying does not make sense. I'm just debunking you based on the facts. Now, I have 2 dark-skinned children. Hopefully I can pull up the picture still. There she go. Lauren and where he at? Rahim. 2 dark-skinned children that I have personally taught myself through homeschooling. Rahim, I spent my hard-earned money, as any parent with sense enough, a parent that wants their child to get a good education. I spent my hard-earned money on him going to private schools where he had a wonderful dark-skinned teacher as a dark-skinned preschool teacher and a wonderful dark-skinned elementary school teacher that helped. But I taught my son how to read. Rashida Strober did that. Rashida Strober sat down with Rahim, shout out to Rahim, taught him how to read, and put him in a math program called Kumon for 6 years. Rashida Strober, as a part of the homeschooling program that I created for him, placed him in the robotics festival, where he either placed second place or third place, okay, where he was able to build robots and get them to do the functions that he wanted them to do based on STEM principles, mathematical principles. I don't think that you could be stupid and initiate this type of thing. Rahim is a graduate, a high school graduate. He's never been in any trouble with the law, okay? Works, has a job, and a black man in America that's dealing with darkism, that has a high school diploma and doesn't get in any trouble with the law. Let me tell you something. They are golden. They are golden. And as a mother, and also his father, because I can't take all the credit, but as a mother, you can't be stupid and ignorant to raise a child like that. A dark skin, as you can see, we can clearly see the child is dark skinned with nappy hair. Shout out to Rahim. Shout out to Rahim. Lauren currently reads at the 3rd grade level, okay? She's in the 2nd grade and reads at the 3rd grade level. Her mother, not the school district, not the school teachers, Rashida Strober taught her how to read. She reads at a 3rd grade level and she's in the 2nd grade. But I'm stupid. I'm too stupid to teach dark-skinned children. Well, explain to me how this stupid woman was able to teach her dark-skinned, as you can see, natural-haired child how to read. And now she's at a 3rd grade level. And by the way, she doesn't get in trouble in school and has a very good, respectable, mannerable disposition. How do I know this? The teachers tell me this. At the school she attends, I'm required at least 4 times during the year to attend parent-teacher conferences. But wait a minute. I'm too stupid to even do that, though. I'm stupid. I'm not intelligent enough, according to this individual on Facebook that's coming to attack me. But when I attend these parent-teacher meetings, this is what these people, I never met her teacher before the first initial meeting we had this year. And what she told me, she showed me the test results. The test results are not going to lie. This child reads at a 3rd grade level, very high score. And her math is above average. It's at grade level, but above average. Which thanks to Kumon, which I put both of my children in. Rahim spent 6 years in Kumon. Lauren has been in Kumon since she was 3 years old, which I pay for out of my pocket, but I'm stupid. I'm too stupid to teach dark-skinned kids. I do pay for private school, homeschool, pay for Kumon programs. And with Kumon, let me tell you something. It's not this thing where, you go and drop the kid off and you have somebody pick them up. No, boo, you got to be engaged. But I'm too stupid. You have to be engaged in Kumon. You have to be willing to sit and wait for your child. I think the longest I waited for Rahim was probably around 3 hours. The longest I waited for Lauren, sitting in my car, sitting outside, waiting for them to be tutored in math. This is a voluntary program. It's private. The government is not paying for it. I pay for it out of my own pocket. But wait, I'm too stupid. Hold on. To teach dark-skinned children. I'm too stupid. Shout out to you, Monopoly Vegega. You said I went to Kumon too. Well, you know what it is then. Here we go. We got a witness on here. You know what it is. Congratulations. But I'm too stupid. I'm too stupid to teach dark-skinned kids. But I'm doing all this intellectual, educational development and growth of the dark-skinned child. I got 2 dark-skinned kids here. That takes time, effort, energy, desire, engagement, and money. But I'm too stupid. I'm not intelligent enough to bring that same level of engagement, time, energy to dark-skinned African students. It makes no logical sense in light of the actual results that I've achieved. Also, when I was a member of the Uhuru movement, I created the Malcolm X free tutoring program. And it came out of a community meeting that I attended, where we were talking about Black student achievement and comparing it to white student achievement. And the fact at this time, and it's still going on, that Black students were not achieving at the same level of white students. And I got tired of hearing about it. And so what I decided to do is create the Malcolm X free tutoring program. Okay. And so right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and was able to help students who were not able to pass the FCAT. That's the name of the test. Who were previously not able to pass the FCATs. Under my tutoring, they were able to pass the FCAT and be promoted to the next grade. But I'm too stupid. According to you, to be able to teach dark-skinned children. It makes no sense in light of the proven results. Lauren is a reflection of my results. People talk about it. People talk about results. The people talk about ideas. People talk about problems. But guess what? I'm a producer. I can produce. I have a track record. Just like these people online stealing my work. Low down people stealing my work. You're not the dark skin activist. I'm the only person on YouTube that talks about colorism and dark skin that has a provable track record. Why? Because I created it. And everybody came to my channel and began plagiarizing and ripping off my work. But the fact of the matter is, I am the only person on YouTube that has a provable track record. Let's go look. Let's go look at the track record of the dark skin activist. The resume of the dark skin activist is right here. Rashida Strober is the originator, creator, architect of the dark skin platform. Let's go down the bullet points here. Rashida Strober is the first Black woman and dark skinned woman to make her dark skin the focal point of her career. 1998, Rashida Strober gave birth to dark skin activism with a speech about the dark skin model, Alec Weck, given at St. Petersburg College. 1998 to 2005, Rashida served as an activist in her community while continuing to develop creative works around only dark skin. 2006, Rashida created the Dark Skin Activist Tour featuring her one-woman play about dark skin, which is the first of its kind, called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. Let's keep going. 2009, Rashida built the first dark skin website. Very important, because a lot of Black women on YouTube have went to that same website and stole. 2009, Rashida brought the first dark skin platform to social media by creating the first channel for dark skin on YouTube. 2012, Rashida created the first dark skin show that focused only on the issues of dark skin, called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And that was in Clearwater, Florida on Get Live Radio. Shout out to Get Live Radio. 2011, Rashida created the concept/paradigm of darkism. Yes, I coined the word darkism, created the paradigm darkism, and wrote and published the book Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against in 2016. The book can be found at queenofdarkskin.com or darkskinactivist.com or Amazon or colorismactivist.com. In 2013, Rashida wrote the first motivational book for dark-skinned females called How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet. The book can be found at queenofdarkskin.com, darkskinactivist.com, colorismactivist.com, or Amazon. By the way, this is the book that Black women went to my website and ripped off the material, creating content on YouTube right now. They mocked me, then they copied me, then they stole. They stole. They're still doing it to this day. 2013, Rashida Strober made history, appearing on TV as the first to bring the dark skin platform to the masses by being the first to bring the bully for a dark skinned girl narrative to TV. 2014, Rashida brought dark skin counseling online, first one to do this, and has since counseled countless people on colorism and darkism. I'm the first to do this, and again, Black women ripped me off and stole and copied. 2014, Rashida introduced the dark skin activism platform to the Tommy Sotomayor show, which was previously unheard of. Since 2014, Rashida set the colorism debate standards that all others have followed by being the first to debate countless men and women on social media in regards to colorism and darkism. Anybody they creating beefs based on what Rashida Strober did regarding colorism. A lot of people doing that. You ain't did nothing new. All you did is follow what I created. 2015 is when it really popped off. 2015, the dark skin activist brand became famous and known to millions due to the Kendrick Lamar social media post that Rashida wrote in regards to what she viewed as colorism and darkism in his mate selection choice. That is the post that made every other person that's talking about colorism on social media, they looked at what I did and they copied it. They previously talked about other things on their channel that had nothing to do with colorism and dark skin. They already built up channels with the following that had nothing to do with colorism. They came to my channel, studied me, and ripped off my content after that 2015 post. 2017, Rashida made history as an opponent in the first colorism, darkism debate with another Black woman. So she says, I don't agree, but it was on Sonetta TV. Sunny Day is her name. It's right there on Sonetta TV. I laid the foundation. Ain't none of you topping me. You're baby Rashidas. You followed in my footsteps. You mocked me, then you copied me, but you'll never be me, and you'll never have these accomplishments that I've laid down, period. Rashida Strober is the first artist to focus her work only on dark skin. It's not Lupita, because she don't even focus on dark skin. This woman at the start of her career did not give a damn about no colorism. But now all of a sudden you jumping on the colorism train. I call you a colorism opportunist. Rashida Strober is the first author to write about only dark skin. If somebody gave me her book, I'd take it and throw it away, because I've written more books on dark skin than any human being in the world, and I'm not impressed by your one book that comes from the layout and foundation of what Rashida Strober created. Rashida Strober has written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. Rashida Strober has written more plays on dark skin than anyone in the world. Rashida Strober is the creator of social commentary on dark skin and colorism that everybody on YouTube that speaks on it ripped off and stole. All of you are thieves and liars, and I got zero respect for any of you. Rashida Strober is the first actress to initiate performances only on dark skin. Rashida Strober is the first debater to focus only on darkism and colorism. Nobody else did that. Nobody else did that. Baby Rashida's following in my footsteps. Rashida Strober is the creator of the paradigm of darkism. I hear people talk about darkism as if they created it. You didn't. I coined and created the word darkism and also wrote the book, Darkism. Rashida Strober is the undisputed queen of dark skin, as evidenced by a record that stems all the way back to 98, before there was even a social media. So we have to be clear. Now, with all of that being said, you mean to sit here and tell me that I am not qualified to teach African students? You're not making logical sense. You're not listening to your own words. See, that's what we have to be careful of doing, is attacking a person and not presenting facts when we make the attack. If you're going to come for a person, you need to go do some research on what that person, because everybody is not going to be quiet. I'm one of them people, if you come and attack me and I'm made aware of it, I'm going to come out and refute what you're saying, and I'm going to provide solid evidence. I'm not going to come out and refute what you're saying just solely based on emotion. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to refute what you're saying based on what is true and what is factual. That is what I deal with. Evidence and fact. So when you talk about me, when you speak negatively about me, just go make sure that you have done adequate research, because you're going to lose the argument if it is not rooted and grounded in the facts. Now, this person also accused me, let's go back, of self-hate. What is self-hate when it comes down to a dark-skinned person specifically? Because that's what this person is basically saying. This person is basically telling me that, Rashida Strober, you don't like your dark skin. Well, a person that doesn't like their dark skin and that is engaged in self-hate, let me tell you some of the things that they will do. They will bleach their skin. I've never in my life bleached my skin. Okay. A person that is engaged in self-hate, sometimes they will decide that they don't want to date or marry members of their same race or skin tone. I was married, keyword here, married to a dark, super black, dark-skinned man for 10 years. Now, again, we're dealing with logic and facts. A person, a dark-skinned woman, let's meet Rashida, that does not like herself is not going to marry a man who is darker than her. And I would make the argument, I'm dark-skinned, but my ex-husband, he's darker than me. He's darker than me. I was married to him for 10 years. You're not going to marry somebody who's dark-skinned like you if you hate yourself. That makes no sense. So this person is just, your argument is just flawed all over the place. A person that hates themselves is not going to marry a dark-skinned man and produce dark-skinned children. I just showed you my dark-skinned daughter. If I have so much self-hate, why did I sleep or marry a dark-skinned man? Why did I marry a dark-skinned man? And why did I produce a dark-skinned child with nappy hair? A person with self-hate is not going to do that. You got to go off of my actions. You have to go off of my actions before you attack me and say that I hate myself. You're not making sense based on Rashida Strober's actions. A person that hates themselves is not going to obtain a master's degree in political science, because I obtained my master's degree in political science. And political science is a wide spectrum. I could have talked about any issue in political science, but I chose to focus on the dark-skinned people of Sierra Leone. A person that hates their dark skin is not going to focus on dark-skinned people while writing her thesis. It makes no sense. If I hated myself so much, I would have said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about nothing black. I'm going to deal with, I don't know, what topic could I have talked about? I could have did a thesis on voting issues, on I don't know, American government. There's so many different things that I could have dealt with as a graduate student pursuing my master's degree in political science, which I obtained. It's right here. I showed it earlier. But I chose to focus on dark-skinned people. And if you read my dissertation, it's actually dedicated. I wish I could open it up here. It's actually dedicated. Maybe I can download it. It's actually dedicated to the dark-skinned people of Sierra Leone, the dark-skinned people around the world. Here it is right here. Whoop, there it is. 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 Right there in your face. Right there in your face. But I'm too stupid. Let me talk stupid. I'm too stupid. Edge of McKay, dark-skinned chick. I'm too stupid. But here is my thesis dissertation that I had to write and defend to obtain my master's degree right here. Anybody can go read it. Let's see what it says. Scholar Commons, University of South Florida, graduate thesis and dissertations, graduate school, March 22nd, 2005. The impact of structural adjustment on health, education, and employment, a case study on Sierra Leone, Rashida Strober, University of South Florida. But I'm too stupid. And I hate myself. But I'm sitting up here writing an entire dissertation on the dark-skinned people of Sierra Leone. You're not making sense. Now let's see what I wrote in my dedication. Because see, you can't lie about what you did in the past. You're going to know what a person, you're going to know, let me tell y'all something. You're going to know a person and how they really are if you go and look at what they did before they started bringing their butt up on YouTube or on social media platforms. This is one thing about me. That's why I said people are copying me. They don't have the track record that I have on specifically and methodically for years, not only creating colorism, the colorism lane and the darkism lane, but actually engaging in the work. Nobody has that. So if you go back and look at my thesis, you can clearly see I have a track record. This is in 2005. There was no YouTube up in 2005. There was no YouTube up in 2005. So let's go back. You're going to know me by the fruit that I bear. You're going to know me by looking at my history. Let's go back to 2005. This further proves that I've been the dark-skinned activist, speaking on colorism and darkism before anybody. Show me the rest of these people's track record. The dedications in this thesis from 2005. This thesis is dedicated to the memory of the late Maddie Everett, my 7th grade teacher. Guess what? She was dark-skinned, dark-skinned, dark-skinned. I thank you for your love and guidance. You are greatly missed. Okay? Then I also dedicate to my father, Samuel X, dark-skinned. I could never thank you enough for teaching me about Africa. I also dedicated the thesis to my dark-skinned son, Rahim. Rahim at the time was about what, 9 years old, something like that. Let's go back. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go down. Last but not least, I dedicate this thesis to the people of Africa. To the people of Africa. Those people are dark-skinned. 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 But you will have the audacity to sit here and tell me that I don't have the knowledge to teach dark-skinned African students. Not only do I have the knowledge and the intellect, I have the real desire and passion as demonstrated by my work that took place on darkism and colorism before there was social media. Evidence is all over the place. You're not going to beat me on the facts. Nobody's going to beat me because I come with facts. Nobody's going to beat me in this colorism and dark skin thing. You're not. You're going to lose every time. I own the lane. I own the lane, period. And today, I have laid out the facts, nothing but pure facts for ignorant people who want to, an ignorant person, should I say, who wants to attack me and insult me by telling me that I'm too stupid and not qualified to teach dark-skinned children. That's all I have to say on this, because I'm very upset about it. Now, those of you that want to contribute financially to the work that I do, I have a $1 million End Darkism campaign that I am currently running right now. And the funds go towards the darkism talks that I do, the Dark Skin Activist Tour, which consists of my creative works, My goal is to raise $1 million, and we will get there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop the link in the description box, and you can go and make a donation today. Make a donation today. Help me end darkism. This is my $1 million campaign, the work that speaks for itself. I have been initiating darkism talks and the Dark Skin Activist Tour all throughout the United States for years. But in order for it to grow, in order for the Dark Skin Activist Tour to grow, it needs funding. I cannot stress that enough. So make sure you go and put your money where your mouth is if you are really in support of my work, if you're really in support of ending darkism, if you're really in support of the dark skin activists. Make sure you go and make a donation. And I want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for all of my new subscribers. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for sharing the video. I am very grateful to everyone that has supported the work of the real world's first and only dark skin activists, and the hard work that I have done and proven myself, because you got to prove yourself in this thing. You can't just give lip service. I've proven myself by initiating through action the real work of dark skin activism. So make sure you go and donate today. And I want to thank you for watching. It is the world's first and only, there's only one dark skin activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the architect of the very first platform in history for dark skin, known as dark skin activism. Thank you for watching.